tight ends around. From your vantage point, how has he helped the offense this year? What has he done?
He's helped it tremendously. One of the biggest things is those younger tight ends, the guys that need to learn that position where the tight end would be. So whether it be a fullback in that position or anything like that, he's always helping them out, giving them tips because he's been really good for us. And like you said, it's been a tough position for us, staying healthy. So he's been trying to do the best he can to, keep that group together.
Is he better to you this year than last year? I don't know how much you focus on that, but just the way he's able to move the chains and get open.
He definitely is. I think another thing is his leadership in the huddle. He's very vocal in the huddle. Always giving confidence to guys, boosting their morale in the huddle. So I think that's a big difference that I noticed.
You mentioned Mason's play against Iowa. Just what type of impact is getting him back from injury have on this offense to have that full complement of fullbacks?
Yeah, it was huge getting Mason back. I mean, he's a dominant player. When he has that one-on-one matchup and he has to block a guy, I mean, he's not just trying to block him, he's trying to put him into the ground. So he's a great technician as well. So it might not always be a blow-up shot, but he's definitely going to have great hand placement, great head placement, and he's going to get the play started.
You've rushed for, I think, 470 yards in the past 2 games against Nebraska. What's been the key in your eyes? Obviously there's offensive line play, it's your play, but what have you seen through your eyes into being successful against Nebraska through 2 years?
I think the biggest thing is understanding the game plan. I think the coaches always do a great job of putting together a great scheme, but they always say there's nothing magic in the plays. It's always, the player. So we got to make sure that when we go out there, we remember the coaching that we took all week and be able to execute that and put it on display on Saturdays.
Battling for another trophy, going into Lincoln, what does this rivalry mean to you?
It means a lot. Whenever there's something on the line, we always want to win it. And the biggest thing, it's going to be a tough environment. The crowd gets very loud there. It's going to be a good environment. So we got to make sure that we're focused, locked in, and we don't have any procedural penalties and don't hurt ourselves.
With another Big Ten West game, the rest of the games are Big Ten West for the regular season. With the slim margin of error, does the pressure mount on, or you feel this team, especially after the way you guys beat Iowa, that loose and confident?
No, we going into this game definitely feel confident. Understanding we know the task at hand. We know it's a Big Ten West game, must win. So we understand that we got to make sure we play clean football from here on out. It's November. You got to be playing your best ball at this point.
Do you pay attention to other games taking place in the Big Ten West, knowing you guys need some help to potentially win the West?
Yeah, you always check out. Like I said, I'm always a fan of college football. So, regardless of what the circumstances are, I'm always watching other games. But only thing we can really focus on each and every single point is our games. Whatever happens in other games, we can't really control that. So that's the least we can do is do what we can do is control our games.
What do you see from Nebraska in your eyes on defense this season?
Really got a talented group, and especially up front. They're big up front. So I think they're one of the biggest front sevens we've seen up front so far. Those guys are like 30, 40, 30 or something like that. So yeah, they're definitely big up front, and very athletic. So we got to make sure that we're very technique sound versus these guys. When you get an athletic group, they're able to play off blocks well and being able to long arm and things like that.
You're a guy that played immediately in your career, and Logan Bruss has kind of done that at right tackle starting last season and now playing as much as he has this year. What have you seen from him as he's grown and gotten better throughout the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think he's a real good technician. A lot of guys might look at Bruss on the other team and might say, oh, I can beat him. And then when they actually try to go beat him and he's technically sound and they're jammed up in their chest and they're like, what's going on? And I think he does a great job of using leverage and making sure he has great and having great hand placement.